Are we live? Now we're live. This is ridiculous.
I like the broadcast.
Bro, yeah, we live?
We on, bro.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro, we live.
We live, guys.
Hello and welcome, friends and fellow Digital Hoarders. This is Digital Hoarders Anonymous, meeting number 33. We meet live on YouTube every Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific to discuss our gaming addiction. For those of you who aren't aware, that is a tongue-in-cheek joke. We will talk our gaming addiction and then try to get each other to buy games. The audio will post immediately after on all podcasting services. You can also find us on Twitter, where you can tell us about your gaming addiction, wink, wink, or tell us about that great deal you just found on Maximum Carnage. Hello, my name is Alden, and I'm a digital hoarder. Thank you.
I've never played Maximum Carnage.
Really?
What are you?
I'm just going to put it on my list because I have it because my name is Brandon and I'm a digital hoarder.
It's a red cartridge.
I lost my beard.
Oh, that's so sad.
You know, we have yours though, so go ahead.
All right. Well, my name is Dan, and I am a digital hoarder.
We got another guy there.
Dude.
Come on.
Hey.
Pick up what we're putting down. We didn't go over this before the show.
Are we live?
What?
You have to say, hello, my name is blank, and I'm a digital hoarder. And
Don't say blank.
I'm really excited to see what name you use.
Hey, my name is the Brah, and I'm a digital hoarder.
Okay, so he used his one Twitter handle, but not the other
17
Twitter handle.
others.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. We do have a very special guest today. That was that sultry voice you just heard. He is a friend of ours, a good friend of the show. For those of you who have been fans of our shows for a while, you're well aware of who he is. For those of you who haven't, let me explain to you. PlayStation Brah is a funny voice that Brandon and I like to do on podcasts. And one day we found a magic hat and put it on a snowman.
We got struck by lightning and he was born.
Yeah, and he turned into a real boy and
Moved to Tennessee.
and started a very, very popular website, the PlayStationBras.com.
Thank you.
The center for all things PlayStation that's not actually PlayStation
And
bras.
lack of brawls on that website.
Yeah, I know. They really need to get that together. We need
Step your
to
game up.
Yeah. And a great podcast, the Brah Cast.
Such a clever play on words.
He's a marketing genius, that guy.
And he's part of a network too.
And he's part of a network, the NCU.
What?
Never heard of it.
Oh. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that because
Let's talk about it, but let's first say hello to Game On Brawl.
Come on, bro.
Game On Brawl. I think I do a better brawl than you do.
No, come on.
Let's hear your
I think
Alden.
you did too.
Let's hear your Alden.
I don't know if you can talk, Alden.
No, what? I don't know what to say. You've heard me talk a lot.
I don't know if I can do it though. I don't know what to say. You've heard me talk. I don't really. You don't sound like that at all.
You got high pitched and really
I got
fast.
Mega Man.
Yeah. Dr. Wiley. I'm sorry, Dr. Wiley, help us.
As you can see by our background, if you are watching on YouTube, we are very hyped for Deadpool. We have our show snack, our Deadpool tiny
Doesn't show
hand
up
trolleys.
properly.
It doesn't show up very well at all. That was an accident or a mistake.
I'm a strong hand.
That's still your Alden voice.
Yeah, that's my voice.
What is my voice? Let me hear mine.
Do a Brandon voice. Who can do a Brandon voice?
Terrifies me now.
Terrifies me now.
That was
Too
just
much. Yeah.
Still
Just
with that southern twang on it. So
Yeah.
twang.
twang.
So, my brother-in-law's best friend came down. He's like, Thomas, I love your voice so much. I just want you to call me at night and talk me to sleep.
what in
What?
the world?
I love your accent so much. They're from Minnesota, so it's vague
God.
and about and
a boot.
yeah.
A boot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, turns out your brother-in-law has a thing for you, so that's good.
Oh, his best friend, my brother's
Yeah.
best friend.
Get it right.
All right, whatever.
Stupid.
Uh,
I'm just joking.
so it's
I'm just joking, dude.
gonna be a fun week. Episode 33. Let's talk the NCU. Brandon, say some words.
Yeah. What is the NCU, Brandon?
Tell me about the NCU.
What does it stand for?
It stands for the Nerd Connected Universe.
Nerd.
Connected.
With the Z, right? Nerds.
Nerds.
Welcome to 1990
basically-
comic books.
Alden and I wanted to do this for quite a while. There's other good networks out there that have a lot of great content, But what we wanted is a network that focused on, or didn't focus on just one particular thing. We wanted to try to cover everything nerdy. So we have Digital Hoarders, and then we have mine and Alden's other show, #DadPod, and
Great show.
the aforementioned broadcast.
Great show.
Come on, bro.
But what we want to do is get more nerdy shit on there. So, like, for example, Liam Grove is in the chat right now. He's came to me with a couple ideas of nerdy shows that he wants to do. We really don't care what you want to nerd out about, but if you can be interesting, we want to make a show out of it. Like,
we talked about it on #DadPod, where you could come up if you came to us and said, "I have a funny, positive woodworking show. I'm really nerdy about woodworking," and then we went on a 3-minute. I don't even know what you'd call that. It wasn't a rant because we were quiet.
we tried to make it sound bad, but it just sounded better.
Yeah, I really wanted to listen to it. So if you got a wood whittling show, hit me up.
But we really do want anything. Like, I want to do a movie podcast, and Alden wants to do like a D&D podcast and a wrestling podcast and
Comic book podcast.
There we go. Yeah.
Dan wants to do a podcast about painting miniature figures, and Brah is going to do a Tennessee podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, we just want nerdy shit, whatever you want to talk about.
Podcast.
So we really don't want any more gaming shows because we don't all want to just keep talking about the same thing. We would like to find a positive, energetic Xbox-centric podcast and a positive, energetic Nintendo-centric podcast. So if anybody knows any, shoot them over to us. But like,
I would like to find other things first.
agreed. But if these come along and they're good, Alden and we're talking to a couple guys that do a comics and board games podcast. So, we're talking to them as well. So if anybody out there can think of anything, please let us know.
Diego said a graphics podcast. Diego.
We just want to hear Diego's voice. I don't care what he talks about.
Doesn't matter.
Anybody could do a Diego impersonation.
I am Diego.
Yeah, exactly.
Diego the turn.
So
I like Photoshop.
nice. I don't think we need him on the show now.
No.
Yep, that's
Now
over.
we just have the Diego and Brah podcast, and neither one of them pay royalties at all. So, but yeah, so we do have Twitter. It's at @the_NCU.
Easy enough.
Give us a follow. And like I said, if anybody's listening and has an idea for a show, please reach out to us. You can reach out to our personal accounts, to mine, Alden's, or Brah's personal, to our show accounts, to the NCU's account.
Call Brandon's cell phone.
Yeah.
863. 863.
That's a #DadPod bit. But yeah, so if anybody has anything, please, we want more and more content. So let us know.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yes.
How do you feel about being on the network, Brah?
I'm honored.
Give your Emmy speech.
It just gives me this feeling inside my chest, from my heart, that you guys care about me enough to ask me to be part of it.
That's right.
I was like, oh, hell yeah, sweet, definitely.
Yeah,
because you guys are kind of cool. I talk about you sometimes to the wife, but not too much.
I'm not really that great. Like, if you listen to the last episode of #DadPod, that was way better, and that's because Alden and I aren't on it at all.
It was a lot of fun.
Shameless plug. It was
cool. Episode.
My fiance and his wife took over #DadPod for the week and did a Mother's Day episode, and it was really good. They were fantastic. So now check it out.
We're gonna get that show. We're trying to talk them into doing it.
Yeah,
it's time for the spinoff.
#Mumpud.
#Mumpud.
Mum. Hello, Mum.
Funny joke. So they hashed out, no pun intended, the name on the show. They were like, what should we call this? We don't want to call it #MomPod. And then they went through a whole bunch of things.
Tanya says the word hashtag 1,000 times in that episode. For sure.
And they landed on accident. They landed on #Mumpud because somebody misspoke. And Tanya goes, Mumpud and Sons. When we walked in to talk to them about the show,
the same dorky ass joke that Alden made.
I know. When we walked in to ask them, Mary goes, we named it #Mumpud. And I went, Mumpud and Sons.
So they're meant to be together.
I guess. We'll see.
God, that's so gross.
I know, right? Tanya and Alden, that is. I realized I just said, you said Mary said that, and then I said, and they're meant to be together. Tanya and Alden, that is, are meant to be together.
How were the ratings compared to you guys? Was there
We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're all not out of jobs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're taking over Dad Pod. It doesn't make any sense, but they're just going to take over Dad Pod.
Yeah.
Beautiful women or just a couple of white guys?
Well, we said the good thing is that it's audio. Because if it was video, we'd be fucked, man. Nobody would ever. That they would totally go to that show. We're not dumb. We know that. So
can you bring the girls back? They were kind of cool.
Yeah,
they have boobs. I like boobs.
So yeah, the NCU. Check it out. It's going to be a place for fantastic content. It's not just a place to hang out and be nerdy, but it's also going to be a place where we hope and think we will have some great nerdy shows on it. Just fun things to listen to. That's the goal. So let's get the graphics pod going.
Fucking right.
Anyway, video games.
Video games.
What have we been playing? And by we, I guess I said that like a mom. What have we been playing?
Children?
Daniel Rodriguez. Go ahead and give us a...
Oh, what have I been playing? Okay, so...
You forgot he was on.
Yeah, we had Brian on last week. Shut up. All right. So we had Brian on. I picked up Battle Chef Brigade for the Switch. And I was excited for it. I didn't realize it was that good. I mean, it's so much fun.
Oh.
It's just, I mean, it's not like it's not, God of War, but it is what it is, and it's awesome. I mean, it's those two kind of you got kind of like an action-y thing going on with the match 3, like we talked about, and they work really, really well together. So I've been playing the hell out of that one. Gave me a reason to dust off the Switch. And I started Uncharted again. Restarted it.
Good.
Okay.
So I can finally play it. I have never played it.
Oh my God! Don't talk to me.
That's what they told me last week.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm off the show like 5 times already.
Yeah, he got. You've only been on 4 episodes.
Yeah. This is crazy.
You are banished from the land.
He got reprimanded last week.
Yeah, he only got halfway through Uncharted 1 and then got stuck and stopped.
It was just so. I mean, it's just so dated at this point. But you know what? I did what you said. I turned it down to easy. I'm playing it for the story anyway, and it actually got a little bit better as we went on, or as I went on.
Yeah,
and it's a lot. I think I'm at chapter 17, 18, or like that. I think there's like 22 chapters, so I'm almost done.
You're almost done. Yeah.
Good. Whoa. So that's great. Well, good thing that if you played it on the PS3, you had to throw grenades. Remember by fucking flicking.
Oh God, yeah.
That was awful. So that was awful.
I almost finished Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series.
Okay.
Good one.
So far. Yeah, no, it's not. But
really?
I can't stand it.
Damn.
But see, now here we go. I mean,
No, it's okay, man. It's okay.
I'm fine with you, man.
We're all different.
Anyway, we're all different.
So, Brah, last week on the show, Brian, our very special guest, Brian Marquez of Adult Swim Games, fantastic dude, worked on Battle Chef Brigade, very important person.
Adult Swim Games, right?
Dan, Dan pissed him off bad.
That's subjective.
Dan was like, what was it? I know I did. Yeah. It was what?
We were talking about Life is Strange.
Life is Strange. He went off on Life is Strange, and then like Brian is just
couldn't stand the eggs
sitting there.
Brian was just like, I watched him like sit back, and I'm like, Dan,
stop.
And then Brian started talking about how amazing it was, and how like it's an amazing game and perfect, and how he and Dan can't be friends anymore. And Dan was like, okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry. But it really sucked. It's really stupid.
Look, Dan, listen, I'm not gonna mince my words. That fucking game sucks ass. Like, God, I hate it.
Should have muted it. Can't you just mute him?
And you made a great.
I guess we could, yeah.
Should just mute Dan. Dan, you are muted.
Shut up. Anyway, so I played some A Way Out with my friend who is not a very good gamer, so that's terrible. It was actually,
how was that game?
I thought it was fun as much as I played it. He's not very good. This is my Sea of Thieves partner who.
Yeah, we've heard tale of him.
Yeah,
that game is basic as can be.
That's gonna be my new NCU submission. The great cast. Just watching this guy play.
God, yes, please, let's do that.
This could be great. But anyway, it's a really good game. I think so far the story's all right, and I've enjoyed it. What else have I played? Ghost Recon. Trying to get that Sam Fisher.
What have you been doing?
I've been playing tons of stuff. I've been playing Prey.
Dude.
I've just been kind of bouncing back and forth between all these games. Mostly is Battleship Brigade and Uncharted. So,
God, man.
Yeah.
Well, like, normally it's like, oh, I play Sea of Thieves.
I played
I had some
and I didn't play them a lot.
time. My wife went out of town. It was
lucky.
Fantastic. So, but that's about
okay.
It. Yeah.
All right.
Just
that's it. That's all.
Yeah,
you sure?
That's it. I don't know. Maybe some Owlboy.
Oh wait, and
I'm playing this game right now.
Yeah.
Brah, what?
Yeah.
I know you've been busy. What have you What have you been playing, or have you been able to play anything lately?
This game called Life.
Oh,
I had my in-laws in town. I had my brother-in-law's graduation from Vanderbilt University. I had
name dropper.
Yeah, they had golden strawberries there, and they made your lips gold. I was like, okay, this is fancy.
This
you can get those at strip
that
clubs.
story just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't understand.
They had like golden strawberries and champagne. That was something for the graduates afterwards. And I'm like, I'll take one of those strawberries, thank you.
I don't know what a golden it was like
dipped in gold and chocolate.
Boring.
Yeah.
What? Okay, all right.
But I did play some games though. I've been playing that amazing game from Santa Monica Studios called God of War.
God of War.
That game is just too good.
So you haven't beaten it yet?
I'm at the almost at the very end. So
no spoilers.
I'm working my way.
Brennan's
not even.
We'll
close.
get to that.
The problem is you go into an area. You're like, all right, cool. Here's the hand, the little mission marker. I can follow that, but there's a door over here.
Terrified that he's about to spoil shit.
I won't say. I promise you won't say anything. I go to this door. There's 50 bad guys, but there's a treasure chest on top of the mountain.
Bro, some of those treasure chest puzzles are pissing me off. The what are they? The ones with the CRN things that you pissing me off. There's one I'm at right now where I basically was just like, fuck this. I know there's a Metroidvania aspect to the game where maybe I can come back and I can throw the axe faster or run faster shit, but some of those are really those puzzles have made me angrier than the combat has in that game. I've just been like, fuck this.
Combat's perfect.
No, but it's a hard game is what I'm saying. Yeah.
But no, the game, it's rewarding. You go on the side pass, you get something good that's going to help you. Because, some games you spend 2 hours doing a side quest and, here's a handkerchief. What the hell's this?
Here's a golden strawberry.
Dipped in gold.
God of War, they reward you for actually going off the beaten path and exploring the areas. And I can't recommend it enough. It's such a good game. So I've been playing that and some Valhalla on the PS Vita.
Nice.
Okay.
Which is like a bartender game.
Yeah. How is that?
Oh, I thought you said Brawlhalla. I'm like, that's not a bartender game.
It's like VA11 Holla.
Oh, well, there's also Brawlhalla, which is a great game also.
I don't think that's on Vita, though.
No, it's not. I was confused. Maybe it was remote play. I was a little confused, especially where the bartending
It's a story about Jill, and you're, of course, a bartender. You're making drinks and learn about this conspiracy, and the music is really good. I really enjoy the soundtrack.
Okay.
But it's not for everybody, that's for sure.
Did you play 2064 Read-Only Memories?
I did not. I heard it's pretty good too.
I heard it's similar, which is why I was wondering how they compare, but I've only played that one. I haven't played Valhalla.
Those visual novels, or what do they call them, or the whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I like it, but it was too slow. I didn't finish that at all. Like, it was just kind of
okay. Slow, then you might not like Valhalla. I'm sorry.
There's a time and place for it. I'm sure there's going to be a time when I'm in the mood for that. I'm just not in the mood for it right now.
I'm in the mood to play some more God of War because that game is just crack, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been sitting up to like 12 o'clock at night. I had to get up at 4:30 and 5 o'clock, and I'm just sitting there at midnight.
Yeah.
Boy, come Atreus.
That was a good
boy
God of War impression. That was better than your Brandon impression.
It's like
better than your bro.
The little things in the game. Like one scene, Atreus lights this lantern and it flies off. He's like, "What?"
Bro, I swear to God.
Oh, no, it's not really spoiled. But he says something. I'm just sitting there going, "Why am I so emotional during this scene?" It was just the little things in that game, really. Oh, man,
so I've been playing God of War.
Who's pissing who off now?
I've been playing God of War, but I'm not very far at all. And I played a shit ton of the Thanos mode on Fortnite. Brah, you're a big Fortnite guy. Have you messed around with the Thanos mode?
I have not.
What?
I'm sorry. I know, man. I love Avengers.
You're playing Brawlhalla or whatever the fuck you're calling.
You haven't played it at all?
It's over.
Yeah, I know. I missed it.
Is it over now?
Oh, did it end today?
Yeah.
It ended yesterday, I think, or something.
I think it was still on yesterday. Bummer.
Oh, womp, womp.
Wow.
Yeah. I chose God of War. Sorry.
Yeah.
God of War is going to be there, though. This was a limited time event.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Sir.
So the Thanos mode is really cool.
Oh, no, me.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, me.
Well, Thanos your face, Brandon.
You've played it a lot more than I have, so explain it to the people. How does the Thanos mode work?
We went over it last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's the same concept, or was the same concept as regular battle royale, but the Infinity Gauntlet would just be dropped somewhere on the map. Somebody would pick it up, and they became Thanos. And he was incredibly overpowered. He had shield. He had a shield of 200, and then he had his health bar. And every time he would injure somebody else, his shield would replenish. So he was constantly replenishing. And then again, it was designed as a game mode where you're supposed to work together to defeat Thanos, but that didn't work, as I found out after like one match. So I became that guy. I was fucking murdering people left and right. You might have shot me. I was just racking up kills left and right in that mode. Got a victory out of it, so that was cool. Thank you, bro.
Excuse me.
That'll come through well in everybody's car speakers. So yeah, that's all I played. I just played a butt ton of Fortnite. So it was super gross and rainy on Mother's Day, and at first, so I asked my wife what she wanted to do, and she just wanted a chill day in the house playing Fortnite, and I was like, I definitely married the right person. So we played an ass ton of Fortnite on Mother's Day.
Brandon, I want to play with your Fortnite.
There you go. How did you know she said that?
Hashtag Mom Bud.
He's so good at the Mary impersonation.
Yeah.
Too. It's
just a man of many voices.
He really is.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, Brandon.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, I thought Mary was.
I hashtag love you.
Wow. Alden, what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing much. I've got a lot of life stuff going on too, so I've been pretty busy. I've also had to. Red Dead won my poll last week. I guess I should talk about that. No, I'll talk about it now. Red Dead. Red Dead's one of those games where I think if I had played it when it came out 8 years ago, I would have understood all the hype. It's a fun game. No. I mean, it's a fun game. I'm enjoying it. Game. It's just it doesn't. It's an 8-year-old game, but I remember when it came out, everyone talking about how amazing the graphics were, and you're like, "Whoa!" Like, of course, 8 years later, it's not going to look the same. But I didn't expect it to be like, "Oh, I have to get close to my TV to see where that horse is." It's fun. I don't care about the story at all, which is weird because I thought that was going to be the one thing I did care about. Because we talked about it last week, but I like Westerns. I think that it's a fun setting. I don't care about the story at all yet, though. But it's very. That's where it's the most like Grand Theft Auto, where it's like go to this person and continue this story, or go to this person and continue this story. But you're only getting like little pieces of story at a time, and it doesn't really all connect together, so it doesn't feel like it's all important. You know, it's just like this side. Well, now you're learning more about her. I don't care about her.
I just want to ride my horse.
Yeah, I just want to ride my horse. Yeah. But it's a fun game. It's just, I think it would have been more fun 8 years ago. I hope Red Dead 2 is really good. I think it's going to be good. The story trailer looked great. So I'm sure they set out with that in mind this time. I hope. But also I've been playing, the only other game I've been playing at all really is Minute. Have you guys heard about Minute?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, so
Devolver?
Is it Devolver? I think it's Devolver.
Game, yeah.
Minute to win it.
Good one.
Hashtag original.
What's your Guy Fieri impersonation? Go.
What is it? How does it sound? Hey guys, I have this hamburger here.
That's not that either.
We're going to Nashville, Tennessee, to the house of the Brah. We're going to have goo-goo clusters.
No, you just turned back into Brah.
Yeah, house of the Brah. You can't say Brah without
house of the Brah.
reflection on it.
It's big guy parody.
So minutes this like really, I don't want to say cute, but it is cute. Like it's a quirky kind of game. So you get 60 seconds. It's black and white. It's the graphics remind me a lot of Undertale. And Undertale wasn't a great looking game, but that's kind of the point of this. Is it's just like this silly little game. You get 60 seconds until you die. So you start the level, you come out of your house, you've got 60 seconds until you have to start all over again. And as you go, but everything you collect along the way, you get to keep. And all of the knowledge that you get along the way, you get to keep. So once you find out that you've got to go over here, you already know that. You know, if you go into the coffee shop or whatever it is and you get her to tell you what she needs, from that point forward, you already know what to do next. So I've only played it for about half an hour or so, but I think from what I've heard,
that's half the game.
Well, from what I've heard, it's pretty short. It's an hour and a half long. I think I saw it on PlayStation Profiles. It's a 2 to 4 hour platinum. So
nice.
Wow, not bad.
Yeah. It's a $10 game, so it's not like it's anything like an epic undertaking. But like I said last week, I really like it when a game does something new and different and original. So it's cool to have that kind of experience that I don't think any game has really done. I know there's been other games.
I know there's another game out there that's very similar. I was actually trying to think of what it was, that you have that ticking timer as soon as it starts
1 minute hero or something.
Yeah, 1 minute hero.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but I don't think it's the same way where you get to keep what you have, or you get to
I think
progress.
It's just beat it or don't. And then you just keep it.
So like, there's a story in this one. You're progressing the story as you go.
Did you ever play Downwell?
Yeah, I love Downwell.
It's pretty fun. Kind of what that art.
Oh yeah, it looks it looks like it could be made by the same.
Downwell is a super smart game too, like, and it's cool because on Downwell you can play it on the Vita, like, yeah. So that was a fun game. I'm like this,
super bad at it.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it either, but it's a fun game. So, and it was only like what, $4 or some shit like that. Yeah, super cheap. So,
yeah, so it's a fun game. But more importantly, next week Stardew Valley is coming to the PlayStation Vita.
It's literally all you've asked for since Stardew Valley was, and that's not even a joke.
Yeah,
you almost bought a Switch because of Stardew Valley, and I said that's fucking stupid. So I'm glad you didn't do that.
Well, I'm still gonna get
Stardew Valley. That's not worth getting a Switch over. A game that he already owned on another platform.
But if you get it, you also have access then to Zelda and Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
But he didn't want all that. He literally only wanted Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
This was pre-Mario Odyssey, and I didn't expect to like Mario Odyssey. I do want it now for Odyssey, and I want it for Golf Story. Actually, it looks really cool.
Oh, yeah, Golf Story is great.
And
Labo.
Sure.
I want to be the first person to get a Labo.
Yeah, you let me know.
Go ahead.
You go, boy.
Yep.
Big dreams.
God, I know we don't say negative things on this show. Moving along.
Yep. More stuff to talk about.
So earlier you talked about the Red Dead 2 story trailer. Speaking of trailers that came out recently, did you see the Rage 2 trailer?
I didn't.
Son of a bitch.
Wait a
watch
minute.
it. Hey, watch it. You got 2 minutes.
Well, we're talking. You watched
Well, see, here's the thing. I saw parts of it, but it was on mute. I was at work, so
you didn't watch it. Okay. You watched that.
All right, go guys. Talk about Rage.
Brah, have you seen the Rage 2 trailer?
No spoilers.
Everybody's dead. Yes, it was very very intense. I was very surprised because I never played the first Rage. It looked beautiful. You know, ID Software, the graphics were amazing, but I was just like, eh. So when Rage came out of nowhere looking like Mad Max and Borderlands and all that combined, I was sitting there going, okay, you have my attention. I saw the gameplay. It's like, holy shit, this looks crazy.
Yeah, it's very Mad Max was free on PS Plus last month. So if anybody played Mad Max, it's very heavily Mad Max inspired. It's done by Avalanche Studios also, and they did Mad Max, so that makes sense. But it has this like crazy Mad Max, Borderlands, just batshit. I'm intrigued. So I had the first Rage, and I played a few hours of it. I didn't mind it as much as everybody else seems to hate it. but it did what. Not this trailer. This trailer's fucking stupid. He's watching the live action.
The 15-second one.
Worst thing I've ever seen.
Awful. Yeah, it's really bad. We want the gameplay trailer. Anywho, and also, if I could, can we dial back on the Andrew WK, please, Bethesda? I do not like Andrew WK, and it's just Andrew WK all up in your face in these trailers. But anyway,
get that party started.
I played the first one for a few hours, but it's a big open world, so those just tire out to me. The coolest thing about the first one was John Goodman was in it. I thought that was the coolest thing.
Really?
John Goodman's the voice in it, and that's fucking cool because John Goodman's the man. But as to what happens in it, no fucking clue. But I'm super intrigued by this trailer and just the batshit crazy gameplay. What did you think of it, Dan?
Well, it's like Borderlands and Doom and everything awesome mixed together. Yeah, the first one that came out that he was watching, I watched it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Is this? I said, this is the worst. But, I think they kind of got scooped a little bit by that, Walmart deal. But yeah. I think that's what happened. They were like, let's just throw this out real quick.
I definitely think they wanted to announce it soon, but I think the Walmart Canada leak forced their hands. And I thought they were smart. If you remember, like, the Rage Twitter account came back from the dead and, like circled the image and wrote it in pink. And I thought it was really smart how they did it. So I definitely think they wanted to talk about it, but I don't think they wanted to talk about it right now. I think that was supposed to be an E3 thing, but they were like, fuck it. Everybody knows it's coming out. We might as well just run with it.
No, it looked awesome. I mean, when you've got that Doom style gameplay, I'm 3/4 of the way through that game too. Probably played that last week, but it's so much fun and it's just so fast paced. And if it could be like that really kind of sleeper hit, that nobody really kind of saw coming. I didn't even think, after Rage, it didn't really get. It wasn't a very big selling game. It was more. I think it was kind of critically acclaimed, or is that am I have it backwards?
I think it did okay critically, and I think it sold okay. But I think, and what I hope doesn't have to Rage too. I think when Rage was coming out, there was a lot of hype behind it, and I think that it fell victim to that overhyped. So when people did finally get their hands on it, it wasn't what they wanted. So hopefully that doesn't happen to Rage 2 because it's definitely overwhelmingly positive response that I've read at least. Alden's flipping through YouTube comments, so he might say differently.
Yeah. Hey, have you guys seen this Rage 2 trailer? It's really good.
Oh, no, let me watch it while you guys talk.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me pull up.
Wow. The YouTube replies are pretty stupid.
Surprise.
Yeah, it's not well, see, there wasn't a lot of negativity. It was just kind of people being weirdos because they are like, this game is weird. I can be weird.
It's just comic book guys.
Yeah, it looks it looks really good. It looks really fun. It looks I think they probably heard a lot of the criticism of the first game and have set out to make it different. I don't think that's what I was going to ask you guys if you thought that the Walmart leak forced their hand to kind of show this game early.
I think it forced them to show it early.
But I hope this wasn't like their big E3 announcement because it's not huge.
Bethesda said that their E3 conference this year will be their longest one ever.
Yeah,
with their most announcements. So I don't
last
think
year was long.
And Bethesda's they make great games, but their shit can really drag. I fucking love Dishonored. You guys know how much I love Dishonored. Dude, but when they talked about Dishonored 2 at E3 the one year, I was even like, all right, I get it. Like it was like 25 minutes of, and in this game you can. I'm like, I don't.
But last year was really. Remember last year's presentation? That was fantastic. It was long though.
Yeah,
like 48 minutes.
But they said this is their longest one, and they've got a lot of shit to show off. So I don't think so. I think this was destined for E3, but they just said, fuck it, it's out now. Why we can just keep pussyfooting around for the next month and pretend this doesn't exist, or we can just say, yeah, it's true, and just do it. So, which is cool because it'll drum up more excitement for people to hear more about Rage 2 when E3 does come around, where before they probably really didn't give a shit.
No, I think for sure this was the best possible thing that happened to them.
Yeah,
because they handled it like champs. Mm-hmm. I mean, just immediately retweeting it and putting the image that they put up, and then like their replies to other people, like Bethesda retweeted their tweet and was just like, guys,
the dude,
yeah,
that was great. So.
The way they've handled this has been like 10 out of 10. Like this has been better for the game than anything else they could have done.
For sure.
That E3 presentation would have been fine, but this is fantastic for them. So that's all I have to say about Rage 2 because I didn't play Rage 1.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know how Rage 1 ended. I don't know if I know anybody that beat Rage. But I feel like this probably is in zero ways a continuation. This is just get away from that, But you can definitely see the Doom inspired from id Software is very apparent when those guys come running out, and
you can see clearly like they are fans of Borderlands too.
Well, and Avalanche doing Mad Max, you can absolutely see the Mad Max because the vehicle combat in Mad Max is incredible, and that you can see it in.
So I've heard
in there. Yeah,
never played it. I own it. I'm a digital hoarder though.
Yeah. Hey, me too. So yeah, I'm actually excited for Rage 2. Now, that being said, I have this feeling that that's going to be this year.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be their Fallout 4 where it's announced and it is out this year.
Wait, I thought they already announced it for next year.
I didn't see at the end of that trailer they don't put a date or anything on it. So
hold on,
unless I missed something. You read a lot more articles than I do.
Didn't Bethesda have another one though that they're hinting is like
Starfield?
Starfield, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but
no, nobody really does. But
it's supposed to be like what Fallout in space.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. I'm sold.
You lost me in Fallout.
God damn it.
That's one we should do that as a side quest. Is what's a series of games that's overrated to you?
Yeah.
Side quest for today.
Okay. There's our side quest for today.
We got a side quest.
Digital Hoarders side quest. Can you guys in the audience, can you tell how much we plan this show out? Dan, give me a series of games.
Come on, why am I first?
Not just so. Hey, Dan, let's explain this to the chat.
Uncharted? No.
Oxenfree.
Oxenfree, yeah.
Dear chat.
Sorry.
Chat, we are our side quest for the night that we've been planning for weeks. We're gonna. What's a series of games that you don't enjoy that the rest of the world seems to love, and they get 10 out of 10 everywhere, but then you play it and you're just kind of like, oh shit.
So I got it, so I'll go with it. Fallout? It's Fallout. Yeah. So I never played the other Fallouts, and then Fallout 4 was coming. I was talking to my buddy Chris Baines, and he was like, well, I mean, he's like, do you like the other Fallouts? And I was like, I've never played them. And he's like, well, this is going to just be more Fallout. And I went in and I'm like, screw it, man. Everybody's raving about this game. I cannot wait to play it. And I played it for like 5 hours and I went, man, I'm really still hoping this game gets fun. And it just never did. It never, ever, ever grabbed me for a second. I think it's an ugly game. I think the gameplay's boring. It just...
You're boring.
I am. Which tells you how incredibly boring Fallout is. If I found it boring. The gameplay was boring. The visuals are disgusting. Plus somebody spoiled the whole thing like super quick. So I really, even when the like twist comes, which I won't ruin, I didn't even care, but it's already ruined for me now. I don't know. I don't know if are you three Fallout fans?
No.
I love it.
Actually,
we'll talk about. No, we can talk about that here in just a little bit.
Now I pissed Dan off.
No.
Now Dan's off the show again.
Oh,
Brah, you're not a fan of it?
Not really. I've tried. I'm like you, Brandon. I've tried playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I bought 2 different times, played it several hours, and just kind of got bored with it. I just there's so much to do, and I can't concentrate enough to be like, oh, okay, I'll go save this guy, and I'll go save this. Then this guy wants me to travel halfway across the map to get him a frozen dinner.
You're like, fuck you.
I'm like, wait, no, I'm not doing that. My interest level just kind of not bad games. I could see I have a friend that's platinum for all the DLC, everything. He's beat the game. I think he spent 600 hours playing Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And I have like 6.
Clearly they're good games. I mean, and I'm just in the extreme minority here, but man, I never grabbed me the way I wanted them to.
See, I love Fallout 3. I spent a lot of time with Fallout 3. It's one of those games where I understand that it wasn't amazing and there were a lot of flaws with it, but just living in that world was so fun to me. I never finished that game. I probably played that game for 250 hours. Jesus. And I never finished it because I just wanted to go out and explore and walk from one end to the other and shoot whatever I found. So I love that. Fallout 4 came out. I was so excited for it. I was hyped for it. and it was, in my opinion, not anywhere near what I'd hoped it would be, and it was just really, really boring.
Gotcha.
I think my biggest series, though, probably Tomb Raider.
Okay.
The reboot was the first Tomb Raider game I'd ever beat. And I loved it.
So you're talking about the Tomb Raiders before the reboot. So the old
I tried playing them, it was, big old titty Laura. Oh God. I never understood it. I tried playing the game, the demos, and it was just,
fair enough.
Yeah. And then the reboot happened. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And I love the first reboot. Rise, Shadow looks cool, but I doubt I'll buy it day one or anything.
Yeah.
Unless Square Enix wants to hit me up with the review copy. Then it's awesome, bro.
They're absolutely listening right now.
Yeah.
They're big Digital Hoarders fans.
The 7 people in the chat right now, one of them is Square Enix.
Yep. Oh. He's posed as Arado, but he's really Square Enix.
Arado could be Square Enix in disguise.
This is true. In the chat, Native.
Arado, are you Square Enix in disguise? If you do, you have to tell me, or it's legal entrapment.
Native said Devil May Cry. He is not a Devil May Cry fan.
Okay.
He says hack and slash is dead to him. Fallout New Vegas was phenomenal.
I've heard that from.
It was
Dan. What's yours?
I'm going with Call of Duty because it's. I mean, but that might a lot of people probably think that too. Though it's just the same shit basically over and over and over. As far as I'm concerned, they add a little thing here and there to make it new, and it's so. I mean, I played it. I played the hell out of 4. Was that Modern Warfare or whatever it was? That was it. And then that was back, however many years ago, and I played it all the time. And then just slowly, it just became the same thing. It's terrible. But I still play it. That's the thing. Like the worst thing about it, I still play through the single player portion of the game. Like the new one that came out, it was actually really good. But like just the multiplayer, it's all the same crap.
Just reskin.
It's just reskin stuff.
I live in the extreme minority. When I play Call of Duties, I don't even touch the multiplayer. I really just play the campaign because I think the stories are interesting. I could give 2 shits about the online component of it. Another franchise that's like bordering on that for me, and I can't say it just yet because I really want to sit down and give this series its due, is Assassin's Creed. I have tried to sit down with Assassin's Creed more than once, and it just never hooks me, which is weird because I like games like Far Cry and Just Cause where they're like check the boxes and shit like that. It just hasn't hooked me. I want to play. I have Origins, but I didn't fire it up yet because it came out at a bad time for me. But I tried the first one a bunch of times, and I've heard just don't play the first one. But I don't know, man. It's bordering close to being that franchise for me because I've tried it more than once. I definitely, the times I played it, think it's more fun than Fallout is, but it's getting close to Fallout for me. So, what about you?
Okay, so I'm, after much deliberation, I think, so it's hard for me. So, I think there's a series and then there's a game.
Okay.
The series for me is Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. As we touched on earlier.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I always get excited for it and then start playing and I'm like, oh shit, it's still Grand Theft Auto. I forgot.
Yep.
I forgot I get bored with this. So that's my series because I mean, obviously it's the #1 selling game in history, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah.
And I played 6 hours of it and went, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
But game, as far as like the biggest disappointment to me, that was just hugely successful critically. I don't know how it sold. I'm sure it's sold great, but is The Witness. And I know that's not a lot of people's cup of tea, but for me, I love puzzle games and I love just like beautiful games where you get lost in the world. I was so excited for that game. That's part of the reason I wanted to get a PS4. I got the PS4, I think the week The Witness came out because I knew I was going to get it. I had decided, all right, I'm getting it. So let me get it now so I can play The Witness. The Witness was the first game I bought on it. It was too difficult for difficult's sake. Like, you're just trying to be obnoxious. And people loved that, and I get it, I guess. But to me, it was like, just shut up and calm down. Like, give me a fun story and a fun fun puzzles. I want to feel good after I finish a puzzle. I don't want to go, well, fine, I did it. There, it's done, you jerk.
Yeah, in that vein, though, the Soul series can suck a big one. Because I'm sorry. I mean, I've tried every one of the Dark Souls games. I'm not good at them. I mean, maybe that's the reason. But it just seems like, why are you so hard just to be hard? I had a friend that argued with me for like...
You can say that about me, too.
Yeah. Woohoo. All right. No. Anyway, but he would argue, he's like, oh, it's the best. That's what makes it good. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It makes it really inaccessible for people that are really kind of casual gamers like myself. As far as, I'm not, 20 years old anymore and my reflexes are shit. So that's basically what happens.
Mars on pain pills.
Yeah, Bloodborne, everybody loved that game. And it's a really nice looking game. I never got past the tutorial because I couldn't figure out where the hell I was supposed to go. So, I mean, I can't stand those fucking games. Not as bad as Oxenfree. Probably the most overrated game of all time. And I've only played a couple hours into it, which is actually an achievement in itself, and I, should get awarded. But anyway, that series too for me, maybe more so than Call of Duty, since I actually kind of play the single player versions. Dark Souls can eat my ass.
Well, I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's a little graphic.
I like the Dark Souls idea, and I enjoy playing it. But I don't have the time to get good at it. So, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Where I played Bloodborne for about an hour, 2 hours, and I enjoy it, and I would really have fun with it if it was the only game I had to play. But unfortunately, I have 3 million games to play.
Mm-hmm.
You played any Bloodborne?
No. I have way too short of a fuse.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Play a game
don't play
that's
Bloodborne.
Completely designed to piss you off. So
shit, you would break all of your windows.
Yep, sure. So because I put 15 minutes into Cuphead, I'm like, fuck this. This
I love Cuphead so much.
The art style is gorgeous, but it's the same fucking thing. I'm like, fuck you. This is just, it's not fun to me.
I'm with you.
I don't play games so that I can wow, how many holes can I punch in the wall today? That's not why I play video games. You do, because you like Super Meat Boy was another one that could just suck my dick because I was not
talking about
this.
Yeah,
I was
getting on Dan's side now.
What are you guys doing?
Dan's games, sucking his ass, and but mine.
Oh God, I hope my kids aren't watching tonight. I love that kind of game. I love Super Meat Boy is one of my favorite games. Cuphead is one of my favorite games. I like them, but I don't punch holes in walls, so I don't. I don't get that angry. I just get So I was playing. Shit. I think it was Super Meat Boy one day, and I was trying to get a trophy. There's a trophy in it for beating all of the worlds without dying once.
Oh no!
It's separate trophies, so it's World 1 without dying, World 2 without dying.
Okay.
I was in World 2 or World 3, and it takes. I mean, it's Meat Boy as hard as it is. So trying to do it without dying, it's just you're doing it over and over and over again. And I went from to and my kids were just like, "Are you okay?"
Shut up.
Yeah, I stay at,
and that's about
whatever that was you just made the entire.
It's about as bad as it got.
Yeah, not me.
Aubrey goes, "I've never seen you so mad at a game before."
Which Aubrey also didn't know how to take it when I was screaming at the Redskins game.
Yeah, no, she can't handle it.
Yep.
Run, you son of a bitch, run.
Yeah. Sorry, they're the football team we have here, Brah. They are not the Titans.
No.
Go,
Alex Smith.
Yeah, I
love
to
kick Native out of the chat over here, man. My God. Native, what's your favorite series of all time? Because then we're just going to shit all over it, whatever you say.
Let's see what he says. All right, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to shitting on Native's favorite game of all time.
Everybody in the chat, jump on Native like he's doing everybody else. Come on, let's go. So anyway, that's our side quest.
Yeah, we talked about negative stuff. Now let's talk about positive stuff.
There was this guy named the PlayStation Brah who we 100% just ripped his idea off.
Yeah, we saw a thing that sometimes he posts stuff on Twitter and we're like, hey, that's stupid. Sometimes he posts stuff on Twitter and we're like, hey, we're gonna have to steal that from him.
Come on, bro.
Hey, let's. What's your four?
Let him do it. Let him do it.
That was him doing it.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. All right, what's your tweet, bro? Tell us your tweet.
I was just talking about my 4 favorite gaming experiences so far this generation.
You had a clever spin on it. You didn't just say what's everybody's 4 favorite gaming.
No, I just said they were my favorite experiences. It was kind of like
I don't know if you said Mount Rushmore.
You guys said Mount Rushmore. Come on, Mount Rushmore. What?
You didn't say that, or you said that?
I might have replied to that.
Put the clever spin on it. Sorry, I gave you too much credit. Go ahead.
That tweet blew up though, man. I remember like the next night, I got back on the next morning, like 6 million notifications. I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn off notifications now. Way too big.
So,
what?
Mount Rushmore of gaming. So, Mount Rushmore of this generation: PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. What are your 4 chiseled rock heads on your mountain? PlayStation Brah, go.
Oh God, I put Persona 5, Uncharted 4, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I just thought those 4 games had provided me with the best gaming experiences so far this generation.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't being mean about it. You know, I try to be cool on Twitter. I just thought, hey, dollar for dollar, minute for minute, the experiences I had with those games was just far and above the rest.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but
I don't know how we can debate that until we figure out what everyone else's picks are.
Brandon, you're next.
Oh wow. Okay. You're hosting our show. You don't even host your show.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep.
Uncharted 4. I know it's we have a lot of the same. Infamous Second Son is on mine. You guys know how much I rave about that game.
Oh yeah.
And my 4th one wouldn't probably be on many people's, but I'm putting Friday the 13th simply because the amount of time I've put into that game, and it made me give a shit about online gaming that I just didn't before. Which is why I was okay with trying out Fortnite and PUBG, where I never would have touched it before because I would have just wrote it off as an online game. But I've had more fun playing Friday. On a pure fun factor, I've probably had more fun playing Friday the 13th than any game. Just love, the time spent with that game. So my Mount Rushmore just has Jason Voorhees on it. So it's pretty badass.
That's
somebody else.
That'd be a pretty badass,
really
like in a mountain, just the hockey mask right there.
Really would be.
He's holding Aloy's head up.
Wow. Daniel, what is your Mount Rushmore of the current generation? We're not discussing Xbox 360.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Nintendo. That would be a difficult thing. If you were trying to pick 4 of all time, I don't think you could do it.
We'd have to if we make it a topic for the show.
Well, if that had been Brah's tweet, we would be doing that right now.
Tweet better. Let's go.
Yeah, do it.
All right, Dan, you're Mount Rushmore.
So
Mount Danmore.
Mount Danmore.
Yeah.
A month ago, this might have been different, but God of War is going to be on there. So big, fat Kratos face. Right next to him, I would have Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. Then Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, because it was just amazing. And my 3rd one, or 4th one, I should say, is The Witcher 3. Now, I went back and forth. What? Who?
There was I think half the people that tweeted me back said Witcher 3 was on their list. So you're not alone.
Yeah, that game, I played the 2nd one. And a lot of people, they're like, oh man, The Witcher 2, it's amazing, back on the 360 or whatever it was. And I was like, that was another one. I played like the tutorial and I was like, this is the dumbest mechanic I've ever seen in my life. But then 3 came out and now my friends are like, oh, you got to play it. It's amazing. Finally, I, booted it up and I couldn't stop. Playing. And then they came out with more DLC for it, which might have been better than the actual main game. And it was, huge. I mean, just as far, like you said, you're like dollar for dollar. I mean, that game, I have 300 plus hours into it, easy, if not more, at this point. I can't remember how many days it was. It showed up on the Xbox, and I was like, oh my God, I'm such a loser. But,
all right, bro.
Yeah, I mean, those 4, I did say 4. Now, when we talked about the overrated games, Fallout 4 was really, really close for me. And that was more based. I mean, I love the game only because I could do whatever I wanted to, right? I mean, you could basically go out and just do whatever the hell you want. I hardly touched the story. It was, for me, it was more like, kind of building this world. But I also had so much time into that game that just for, my money's worth, that was just, I got a ton of playing time. Not as much as The Witcher 3, I don't think. But it got tedious after a while, and I never played any of the DLCs. So that's kind of why I kind of left it off the list. But I thought those were probably my best games of this generation. It's kind of hard to think about because I'm, so used to like, oh, it's BioShock and Mass Effect, and all this other stuff. So there's so.
What about Mass Effect Andromeda? Is that on yours?
Mass Effect 2.
No, it's Andromeda. Like I said before, it's not a bad game.
It's $5 at Walmart.
It's just not a good
one.
Right,
I've got it. It's not.
It really is.
Their expectations for that game were so high.
For sure.
Really, you were gonna. If there was anything wrong with it, it was gonna get picked apart, and it did big time. Now they came back.
There was plenty of wrong with it too.
There was plenty of wrong with it. Yeah,
facial animation.
The facial animation's terrible. They came back. They fixed some of that stuff. The actual combat in that game is not bad. It's actually kind of fun. The story is trash.
Well, I don't know if you know how the selling point of Mass Effect, but it's the story.
Right. That was the biggest. Yeah. I mean, but then you play Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
The third one kind of, shit the bed at the very end.
I don't know, man.
Mass Effect,
I can argue Mass Effect 3 too.
Excelente.
See, that to me it was. It came down to what color do you like, and that's really what it. For me, it did.
Let's argue about that for a second. Because we've never talked Mass Effect 3 on this show, and I've always wanted to. Because
wait. Alden, you didn't say your favorite 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will. Let's argue Mass Effect 3
first. Let's argue Mass Effect 3 for a second.
Okay, Mass Effect 3.
Sidebar. Side quest.
Sidebar.
Mass Effect 3. So, the ending itself, that last hour, I get people being upset about it, but in my opinion, like the ending.
Like
what? Sorry, I can't talk about Mass Effect 3.
No, what I'm saying is this before they put out the other. They patched it, right? They put a different kind of ending on it.
The patch is stupid too. But in my opinion, like Mass Effect 3 as a whole, like the last, I don't know, 2/3 of that game. So only the first third of that game is like that game. I feel like the last 2/3 of that game was the ending of the series. Like, so you're going through things that do matter. And, if you didn't have this person, then you didn't get this scene. If you had this person and somebody else died, you're getting a whole different scene than anybody else is getting. So like the ending of the series was vastly different based on who you had, what you did with them, what you didn't do with them. If you didn't go to their home planet to save this person, so I feel like they get a pass on that because that whole game does matter. I get that the last choice and whatever doesn't matter, and the last choice was kind of stupid. And it's funny. I remember when it first came out, I played it and I didn't like it, but there was just so much hate for it. And then I saw a fan theory that was just like really great. Like it really explained things that maybe this is what's happening and maybe this is why. But and I believed it. Like I'm like, yes, that's it. That's perfect. It explains everything, and it was all this, and Shepard was here, and it wasn't really here, but then they put out the patch that patched the ending that literally completely said like that ending that's not what we meant. This is what we meant. It's garbage.
Right. They weren't even buying their own stuff at that point. I mean, or they were just listening to all the fans that were like, okay, this is trash. Now, I would say if that was, I understand what you're saying as far as like the ending being a good 2/3, and that's absolutely, plausible.
No, you're wrong.
You're wrong. But when there were such long games, and I had so much invested, like it sounds weird because it's a video game, but I really enjoyed the whole story. So when I got to that point, I was just like,
you get so invested in those characters, like nothing I've ever been invested in.
Right. And when Andromeda came out, it was, you were invested in really anything because it kind of took itself out of the original trilogy. So it had a really big uphill battle anyway. But yeah, they kind of jacked it up with all their issues. So anyway,
my Mount Rushmore.
Fallout 4.
Now that Brandon and Brah are done, like chatting back and forth in the chat room here. This is going to be surprising to everybody.
Oh my god.
There's going to be an Aloy head.
All right.
Nobody else said that.
A minute.
There's going to be Black Panther.
Fortnite.
You know what? I considered putting Fortnite on this because how much it meant for me. You know, like that game really. Because when Brandon's talking about Friday the 13th changing gaming for him, it did. Friday the 13th change gaming for me too. But I've never put as much time into an online game and trying to get better at a game the way I have with Fortnite. Because when I started playing, I was just hot garbage.
Still hot garbage.
I'm still garbage.
No, not you, me.
Oh, okay, yeah, you are.
No, you're far superior in every way.
Well, thank you.
I like how
Dan's
kids always hate on him though. They're like, "Dad, you suck so bad."
Yeah.
They're not wrong.
When the three of us were playing online, there was a moment where Dan, like, Brah gave him a chug jug to like not die. And I was already dead. So Dan was off ran off to take the chug jug. He just runs into the middle of the field and starts drinking it. And I went, no, and then I stopped because I was like, I'm not going to be that guy. And Dan goes, no, trust me, Alden. My kids are yelling at me right now.
They knew what they were talking about. Sure.
Yeah, they win.
Yeah, they do. Not me.
So Aloy. Nathan Drake. Kratos.
Boy.
And my fourth one's going to be, and I debated this because I don't feel like it's a game that's for everybody, but my fourth one's going to be Nier Automata.
Klaus.
What?
Hey, man.
Klaus. That's exactly what I was thinking, too.
I thought about Klaus, too.
Right.
But
that's a good list, man.
Yeah, Nier Automata is just next level shit. Like, I really wish people would play that all the way through so that I could talk to them about it. Dan,
like, how do you mean, like all the way through, like the first, or
no, all the way, all of the endings? Yeah. I see. That's one. I wish they had done that differently. I wish the credits didn't roll after the first playthrough because the rest of the game is completely different. It's a different game. So I feel like they should have done something to be like Act 2, so that because I feel like so many people stop playing after the first credits roll that they don't get the rest of the experience, and that game doesn't become what it is until the 5th time through, and you're not playing the 5 times, you know?
Right.
You're the first time you're playing one story, and the second time you're playing a similar story from another player's perspective, but it changes everything, and it changes the way you see some of the things that you saw on the first way through. But the third playthrough, the fourth playthrough, those are completely new stories with some of the same characters and some new characters. So I feel like that hurts it more than it helps it.
Oh, for sure.
But it also made it something special because when you play through it that 5th time, it does do some really cool things that really says like, okay, we're done. Like this is the ending now. Here's the credits, you know? Yeah. So I wish there was a better way to get that out other than talking about it on your podcast 5 times a month. And yeah, but I've said it so many times, and I feel like nobody listens to me.
I'll tell you what, I will finish the Uncharted series, and I will go back and start the second one.
Okay,
second
good.
playthrough. Promise.
I like it.
I will eventually give it first playthrough.
It's a good game, Brendan, but it might not. Yeah, it's a little weird. A little weird.
It's definitely weird.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. It's very like anime crazy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like an anime, so that's why I'm like,
it really
I'm not
doesn't.
sure. I'm not. It does or doesn't.
No, it doesn't at all. I don't think so.
Yeah, but it's got like that weird like why is this happening like anime kind of thing going on a lot. But it all gets explained. Like it's all laid out for you by the time you finish it. So, I'm not sure if you're gonna like it. Like that's why I've never been like you have to play it.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, I know you.
I went to you last week because Undertale was on sale and everybody was telling me to get it. And you're
do that. Don't get it. It's terrible. It's not terrible, but you would hate it.
Yeah, it's a little quirky, but I love the charm of that game.
Yes,
so charming.
I love the charm. I love the music. Like I still,
man,
I still listen to the soundtrack, even though I didn't like the game that much.
Oh, was it Spear of Destiny? Is that the one?
Huh?
Never mind. One of the songs I listen to all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one.
That one's called Spear of Destiny or something. I forget what it's called, but
I don't know. I go to the album and I hit shuffle on Spotify.
All right.
Whose poll is it this week?
Mine.
I got a poll for you.
I was waiting for
What
it.
is it?
There's never a not poll joke every week. I'm doing movies, and I'm stealing Alden's idea from a couple weeks ago.
Sure.
I know.
I tweeted about it.
I'm not very creative.
Yeah. Stole my tweet.
Indeed. I'm just going to take some movie-based. Nope.
Movie-based movies.
Some video game.
I'm about to do a poll. Movies. I'm about to do a poll of movie-ass movies.
These movies are movie as fuck. But so video game-based movies that I haven't seen yet. So I couldn't think of a third one, so Dan threw out Prince of Persia.
Why are you putting him on blast like that?
Because it's a good one. It keeps coming up. Every bit on yours, it's on mine.
Nobody voted for it.
Nobody voted for it. So I'm gonna put Prince of Persia on there. Apparently it's not a very good movie, but I'd still like to watch it. Assassin's Creed, I haven't seen, and Warcraft. So these are 3 video game based movies that I'm curious what if anybody's seen any of these and if anybody liked any of these. But
Prince of Persia was all right. I mean, nothing special, but
did you see the other ones?
No, I have not.
Okay. I just thought
Prince of Persia it is.
I saw Assassin's Creed. Yeah, it was all right.
Ringing endorsement. All right. I saw Assassin's Creed. It was a movie.
Yeah. It had
some actors in it.
I haven't seen any of those.
That's us. Oh, throw your vote down on one.
How dare
throw your vote down for Jake Gyllenhaal or why can't I think of his name? Why can't I think of
Michael Fassbender?
Thank you. Fassbender.
Fassbender.
Banger banger.
Jolie
Fassbanger.
Oh god. So Fassbanger, Gyllenhaal, or some random troll dude.
Wait a minute. How the hell do you say his last name?
Fassbender.
Fassbender.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Fassbender.
Jolie Fassbanger.
So are you voting for him?
Well, I'm gonna go change my Twitter handle now.
I am, just because I love him so much. Wasn't The Rock supposed to be in Warcraft or something at some point?
I'm surprised.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever hearing that, but who knows? He's in everything else.
Oh, well. So yeah, Assassin's Creed, just because of my Jolie Fassbanger.
Jolie finger banger. But yeah, all right. So I'll put that poll up so you guys can vote on it. And my wife will be mad because we'll have to watch another movie that she probably doesn't want to watch.
Corrado said you should have picked Dead or Alive, the movie. He also said Jake Gyllenhaal is Bay. And he said if anybody didn't play past ending A on Nier Automata, they don't deserve the endings that happen afterwards. Because
I'm going to get them.
He said the game did just fine without those dummies. He's calling it like a hot take.
Our chat's full of irritated people tonight.
Yeah. That's because we had that whole negative discussion. We shouldn't have done
Apparently,
that.
I know we fell down that rabbit hole.
Oh, Undead/Nick said Street Fighter movie.
Dude, I watched the Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's a good-ass movie.
I don't even give a fuck. I
a good movie.
Enjoy that movie.
That's a good movie-ass movie.
I saw that in theaters when I was a kid.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know you're coming at it as a joke, Undead, but I would 100% watch that movie again.
He might not have been.
I have that Steelbook, and that's on Vudu if you want to watch it.
Really? Voodoo?
Fucking A, right, Vudu?
It's on Voodoo, bro?
Oh, Voodoo's the shit. If you saw my Vudu library, it's kind of stupid. There's really no reason for it to be that many movies in there.
That's true.
But Alden gets to share the wealth.
I do.
Can watch,
and I'm such a big movie fan.
Can watch the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, I'm such a big movie guy. Yeah, I will go through and I'll watch all the Jolie Fassbanger movies.
There's a lot of Jolie Fassbanger movies.
They are the best.
Okay, Undead loves that movie.
Yeah,
we already did this once before, but the best video game movie is Silent Hill. It's like by far.
I know you say that. I remember that.
Brah, what's your favorite video game movie of all time? I know that's a low bar, but
Resident Evil.
I like the first Resident Evil. Yeah,
It was pretty fun.
I liked the Resident Evil, not Revelations. What was the other?
Evil.
Like the third or fourth one.
I forget all their.
Yeah, their names are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Extinction.
Yeah,
maybe
that was one of them.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I did like the Mortal Kombat movie as a kid too.
That was the best.
$500 sunglasses, asshole. Like it was a good movie.
It was a good bad movie.
It was a great bad movie.
Yeah. Dan, did you pick a favorite video game movie?
Shit, I don't even know any aside from the three that you named off.
Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of like Wreck-It Ralph.
Ratchet and Clank.
I would pick Wreck-It Ralph over all of these movies.
Yeah, I would.
If it was a legit video game movie, yeah. I would pick
what about Tron? You know what? Tron was badass back in the day.
Didn't Tron come out before the game?
Yeah, but it's not a video game movie though. It's just.
Let me tell you, it's a movie about video games. That's close enough.
Yeah, is it though?
Ready Player One.
Yeah, right. We'll just do that one.
I think mine might be Final. Does this count? Final Fantasy Advent Children.
Came out in theaters.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't remember if it did.
I don't remember.
Alden's favorite
Is that
movie
the one with Alec Baldwin?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Do what?
What?
Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh God. I feel like there are other video game movies that are like
that was a thing.
I know. I remember the trailer. I never. Oh, you know what?
Was it one of the? It's a Wayans brother or something that's in the.
Yeah.
In the Dungeons and Dragons.
When did that come? I think that might have come out when I worked at the movie theater, so I saw parts of it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know what? So, sidebar.
Where are we at this?
At my new job, I work with a guy that I used to work with at a movie theater 19 years ago.
Nice.
It's crazy. Like I walked in and they were showing me everybody. This is blah blah blah. This is blah blah blah. This is blah. And like
a lot of people named blah blah blah. That
yeah, that's weird.
Really
it's weird. It's a family business.
This is Choli Fastbanger.
Choli Fastbanger. And they go, "This is Kalam," and I was like, "Shit, Kalam!" Like, and then we just like,
and they're like, "Sir, we don't swear."
Bro hugged, and yeah. But anyway, so he reminded me. I forgot all about
Shout
this.
Shout out to Kalam or whatever.
Kalam. Kalam. Yeah.
Clam.
Kalam. A lot of people
like it's a normal fucking name.
I'm just telling you. I'm explaining it to you.
Daniel. Thomas.
He reminded me that when we were 16, because we had to like do the Usher thing where you walk into the movie and like walk the aisles and sing Usher songs. Sweet. You check to make sure nobody's doing anything ridiculous. Like go-to Usher song? I don't know any Usher songs. I don't know any Usher songs.
I just gave you one, so just
you got it bad. That's that one. You had to make sure nobody was like jerking off in the theater and stuff.
Really? Did you ever catch anybody jerking off in the theater?
Yes. But because we had to spend so much time in these movies, there's these movies that had just like nude scenes. I had a sheet of paper where I would write down, like, at this time in the movie, there's a nude scene. That way that people could go, like, oh, it's right now. I'm going to walk into American Beauty right now. There's a nude scene right now. Instead of, like, I'm walking in for, a dialogue scene, I'm walking in for the nudity. And I realized, like, this was before Mr. Skin existed. So I could have been a millionaire right now.
Skin of Manassas, Virginia.
Yeah. Yeah. I started it, and then a whole bunch of other people started. Like, it became like a community thing. Like, okay, at this time there's
lots of boobies.
Yeah.
Boobies.
How many times did you catch people jerking off?
Twice, I think.
Fantastic.
Damn. Come on, man.
I know. It was my 2 trips to Manassas.
And that's when Brandon and I started a podcast.
Oh, shit.
Anyway. Sidebar over.
On #DadPod, I want to talk about a story now that just is going to spin off of what you just said.
Stay tuned. What the fuck?
We should do podcasts together.
It's like the NCU crossover.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
Summer. NCU Infinity War.
That's pretty good.
Brah's planning a trip out to Manassas, so it will be a crossover.
Mm-hmm. I have an idea for episode already. Remember my episode name?
Drive out here. We're waiting.
Yeah.
I know all the people in the chat.
That's awful.
I said it's awful, but it's funny.
No, you didn't.
Just
you kind of led with awful. Yeah. You
landed on awful. That's awful.
You did say.
I remember saying.
Brandon was like, "That's an ingenious idea, bro."
I got you back. Bro.
I think our show's over.
Just as Just a Bro jumps in, we're leaving. That's your boy, isn't it?
Sorry, Justin.
That's Brah's boy.
Just a bro. Sorry, you came in. I know normally
you missed all the jerking.
If you were jumping in right now on broadcast, they're just getting started.
Yeah. 4 hours later.
Yeah. But no, we are done because we can't do that. Last week was our longest show ever, and it was about an hour and 51 minutes.
Yeah, that was way.
That was our longest show ever. But
Brian was worth it because Brian was a good.
Brian was fantastic. And he'll never be on the show again because of Dan.
Yep.
So before we go, Dan, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Got anybody else want to piss off?
Yep, it's better to keep my mouth shut at this point, and just maybe I'll be on next week's episode. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Brah, tell the people where they can find you and which Twitter account you want them to find.
Anyway,
I have 17 Twitter accounts, but the main one, I need you to go to / then at PlayStation Brah, because I'm always on there all the time. My friends, how come you're not texting me, but I see you on Twitter? Sorry, just a bro.
Wow,
yes,
that was very specific.
There,
it really was.
Go over to www.theplaystationbras.com for all the PlayStation you'll ever need. Most of the time. Well, it's mainly PS4 and PSVR news, but that's okay.
Get some Vita up in there now that you can. You don't have to talk about physical releases anymore.
Oh, I was sad. I was getting ready for the show. I'm typing up the description and then YouTube, and all of a sudden, no more Vita cartridges. Oh man!
Yeah.
And then March of next year is also when Sony's dropping PS Vita and PS3 as a part of PS Plus offering. So
hopefully that's because PS Vita 2 is coming.
PS Vita's is going.
Yeah. Bummer. All right.
It's a great system.
Find Brah.
Yeah,
Twitter, YouTube. Not on his phone because he won't text you back. Yeah, Brandon, anything you'd like to say? Where can people find you?
I don't know.
Oh, he's depressed.
The end. No.
That would have been funny if we just hit stop.
I don't know.
So sad.
Just
hashtag
BMurphy28. You guys know where I'm at.
Yep.
Listen to #DadPod.
Yep.
We said last week, our women folk took over, and they were funny. They actually did really good. I was proud of
fantastic.
Hey.
Yeah, I was proud of them. Next week, whenever Alden and I record, is going to be a heavy episode. We already discussed the content, so it's going to be a heavy episode. There'll still be dick jokes. You know that'll happen, but
obviously,
spousal abuse episode.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's going to happen live on.
There are so many times though.
I got a joke about that.
Go ahead.
One episode, Brandon goes #spousal abuse. Yeah, I just laugh for like 5 minutes. So every time my wife makes me angry, I just go #spousal abuse is about to happen.
But where that joke,
funny, it's not funny at all.
Where that joke didn't land is because Mary says it literally beat for beat with me from the kitchen at the exact same time, but she's so far away from the mic, she sounds like I normally do. So you couldn't quite hear her. Self-burn. So that's why it lands even better if you heard the whole thing, is because she said the same thing to me.
Yeah. If you're familiar with us doing a deep episode, what that usually means is we talked about it for 4 minutes and then made dick jokes for 45. So.
I'm thinking about 6 minutes of heavy shit this episode. It's gonna be a heavy one.
Are we going to be able to handle it?
Nope.
Ooh. Jeff Gordon talk.
More Jeff Gordon talk.
The Rainbow Warrior.
I'm glad we have 2 of our 4 fans. In this
It is nice. Make us feel good. Make us feel like our downloads matter.
Please,
my wife loves the show, man. You guys do a great job with it.
I hate it.
The Brazier is a fan. Yeah, the wife likes it. Me, on the other hand, fucking trash. But you didn't hear that from me.
So that'll do it for us. You can find me at A.Bear. I don't care. At A.Bear. I don't care. That's a pretty good Twitter handle. We are Digital Hoarders.
Yep.
We are adding PlayStation Brah. This is our Mount Rushmore of podcasts.
Oh,
tied it all in.
I feel loved.
Get your ass back here. If
you come on, Doc.
On the side of this mountain or not?
Hey, it's me, Dr. Bathroom. I'm back, guys. What's going on?
That's not high pitched enough.
No, it's not.
Have you played PUBG? I stream 7 hours a day.
Oh, shit. Now Doc's really not coming.
Yeah, way to piss him off.
Sorry, Doc. I'm sorry. I sound like.
Why don't you and Dan just go start piss cast where you just piss everybody off?
Hashtag pisscast. You're gonna get some weird fans.
Really
Can I puke?
Trump will be tuning in.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Donald Trump.
Shadow banned again.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. This has been Digital Hoarders episode 33. Hashtag Hoard on.
I like that.